We live in a world where aesthetics is everything. Aesthetics, the way things appear to be. And I'm going to call uh, Boulder Dash on that. Um, that is a myth, and it's hocus pocus. It's like a magic spell that society has placed upon us. And many of us believe it. You know how when you get in a car, when you look inside of the car, it doesn't look like anything was worked on in the car. You can't see screws. Every screw has a cover over it. And you buy a dozen of eggs. You open up the carton, every egg looks the same. Yeah, you know what? I got chickens, okay, and they lay eggs, and they're good eggs, and they're better than eggs that you get at the store. And I'm telling you right now, they're all different sizes every single time. Some of them are a little bit lopsided, but society has changed to the point that you don't they don't want you to know that there's an actual production, there's an actual process that everything goes through, and they want you to think that everything is uniform. And that's Boulder Dash. Hollywood makes us tries to make us think that all marriage should be something, or all relationships should be something, and the truth is that's just not the truth. Not too long ago, my wife asked me a question. She asked me how charming something was, and it's one of those situations where, when you watch a Hollywood movie and like the married couple wakes up out of bed and like whispering in each other's faces, and like I'm watching that, I'm like, dude, I would die if my wife were to like breathe in my face like that right after she woke up. That's the reality of it, and that's not, and it's not just a one-way street. Dude, I seriously think that she would wither away like the fall leaves of the season that we're in right now and fall off the tree if I were to breathe on her in the slightest after we just woke up. And so she's asking me about how the circumstance was in that moment. And I'm not going to share the details of that because, it's none of your business. But, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny because she was laughing about it, and I just looked at her and it says, marriage is charming indeed, is it not? Like the reality of marriage. We like to present ourselves to the world on Instagram and on Facebook like we got it all together, but we don't want everyone to know that we spend an hour looking, working on our face before we turn on the camera. Which, by the way, I spent like 2 hours on my makeup this morning before I turned on the camera just to make this video. And also, I can't see you very well because I'm usually wearing glasses, but the light reflects on my glasses, so you can't really actually see that. So it looks kind of weird. I didn't want to distract from the video, so then I make it look like I don't have a reflection on my face. There is no light in the background to show that I actually don't really look this bright in general. I look this bright all the time, but in reality, there's a fancy light that's on me just to make me look a little bit better when I don't really look that good, just so you know. And that's actually the way the world is around us. But let's just go ahead and call things what they are. Let's go ahead and be a little more real in the world, and not be deceived by the hocus pocus of Instagram. And I ain't got nothing against Instagram, and I got nothing against looking good. I like looking good, and I'm good at it. But anyway, um, yeah. Life ain't always charming. And we need to accept that stuff and not be playing games with ourselves and thinking that because it's not the way I thought it was going to be, or it's not the way I envisioned it, it ain't right. You got to deal with those issues, and you got to move past those issues. Marriage is work, just like looking good and presenting yourself to the world when you go to a meeting, or when you go to a class, when you go to work, is work. The same thing's true in marriage, and the same thing's true in family relationships, and no two look the same. So I just wanted to call that out.